Let me show you something amazing about the AI. So when I ask Claude, give me a color picker, it literally generates the color picker UI and displays it within the conversation. And then I can select any color and make prompts based on this color selection. So the point is how this UI is displayed. So it uses the concept of MCP app. So the mini UI that you see here, that is the color picker, is actually an MCP app. So MCP apps is a standard for attaching interactive UI to MCP tools. So there are some important terminologies. MCP server is the place where the tool logic is written. MCP app is the small UI that you see. MCP host is the UI that renders this MCP app, and MCP client is the one that calls the MCP tools, for example, agent in this case. So when we send a message, give me a color picker, the agent looks for the tools and then tries to find out a tool which satisfies this requirement. When it finds this tool, it sees the UI resource attached with it. It sends that UI resource to the front end, that is our Next.js application, or we call it the host here. That host renders the MCP app inside the iframe, and then once the tool result is received by the agent, the tool result is also passed to the front end or the host application, and the host application can send it to the MCP app, which is rendered inside the iframe. So MCP apps specification define the communication between the MCP app, that is the color picker in this case, and the host, that is the Cloud UI in this case. It does not define how the host app will send it to the backend, the data transfer schemas, or the transport method. It also defines the standard for attaching the UI resource to the MCP tool. MCP apps also provide MCP UI, which have both client and server SDKs, which makes it simpler to render the UI resource, that is the MCP app, inside the host tab, that is our Next.js application. Also, it makes it simpler to register the UI resources at the server. Do follow my account for more informative videos like this.